नमस्ते अनि स्वागत छ यहाँहरूलाई AFU पडकास्ट रूपान्तरण कृषिका कुराहरूको नयाँ अङ्कमा। वेलकम टु द ब्रान्ड न्यू एपिसोड अफ AFU पडकास्ट रूपान्तरण केही कृषिका कुराहरू। आज हामीहरू हाम्रो यस स्टुडियोमा कुनै पनि अतिथिलाई बोलाएका छैनौँ। हामीहरूले यस पटकको अङ्कलाई यसै साता कृषि तथा वन विज्ञान विश्वविद्यालयमा कृषि सङ्कायले आयोजना गरेको एउटा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सम्मेलनको विषयलाई जोडेका छौँ र यसै सन्दर्भमा यही माघको 20, 21, 22 तदनुसार फेब्रुअरी 2, 3 र 4मा इन्टरनेसनल कन्फरेन्स अन एग्रिकल्चर ट्रान्सफर्मेसन फर सस्टेनेबल फुड सिस्टम भन्ने शीर्षकमा यस कृषि तथा वन विज्ञान विश्वविद्यालयमा भएको इन्टरनेसनल कन्फरेन्सको किनोट स्पिकर्सहरू जुन विभिन्न देशहरूबाट विभिन्न विश्वविद्यालयबाट आउनुभएको थियो, ती किनोट प्रेजेन्टेसन्सहरूलाई हामीले समावेश गरेका छौँ। आशा छ स्टेक होल्डर्सहरूलाई, पोलिसी मेकर्सहरूलाई, विद्यार्थीहरूलाई, स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूलाई र साइन्टिफिक कम्युनिटीलाई ती प्रेजेन्टेसन्सहरू युजफुल हुनेछ, इफेक्टिभ हुनेछ र सोही अनुसार हामीले चाहिँ आजको एपिसोड बनाएका छौँ र त्यसलाई हेरेर माया गरिदिनु होला। धन्यवाद।
Mr. Saji Ravi with food security and food system. Wherever we work, right? And I am not a scientist, first disclaimer. I come from an experience of around 25 years in India, Nepal, Bangladesh, working with different NGOs. Basically working with the poor and the marginalized in some of the remotest areas in the region. And what I can bring is a my understanding about transforming the local food as a practitioner, not as a scientist. I'm not Mr. Subedi, he gave me lots of perspective, but I'll give you very, very practical examples of how we address food systems or food systems transformation. I've been working in Nepal since last 3 years, and so I'm bringing lots of, I love travel, and during the last 3 years, I have visited most of the remotest and the remote areas of Nepal. Starting from Kehi, Tarikot, Jumla, Mugu, Bajura, Acham. So I like traveling, and most of my experiences, the work which we do on the ground has to be based on the needs and aspirations of the people. What the people want. And then how do you connect the scientific knowledge with the indigenous knowledge of the people? Let's not disregard the knowledge which the people have since thousands of years. It's not us who is doing the agriculture, it's the people on the ground. They are doing the agriculture, and climate change is not been happening since last 10 years. It is a phenomenon which has been happening since 100 years, and the community has been adapting to it. So, my argument is that what we need to focus on is a perfect blend or combination of scientific knowledge with the knowledge which the community has. Let me give you some global perspective now. I feel there is a very strong correlation between food security and national security. I'm sure you all understand. If the country is not food secure, the country is also not secure as such. Let me give you some other examples also. If you look at globally, most of the conflicts happening anywhere in the world is because of the food crisis. And it is also vice versa. Most of the crisis which is happening in the world is because of food insecurity or climate change. Now, argument number 1. I would also want to bring in another argument that unsustainable food system. We talk about sustainability. Major argument of unsustainable food system is leading to climate crisis. And we can say vice versa also that climate crisis is leading to unsustainable food system. Since I see lots of young students over here, so I'm trying to give you some food for thought. We don't want to make this, just one lecture kind of thing, but think about it, whether unsustainable food system is leading to climate crisis and whether also climate crisis is leading to unsustainable food system. Right? There is something called triple bottom line. I'm not sure if you have heard about it. Your triple bottom line of PPP. People. First P is people. Second P is planet. And third P is profit. So there was a lady from there, PhD student. She was asking which intervention is good for the community, which intervention is bad. Just think about these three P's. Whether the interventions which you are doing on the ground, whether it's good for the people. Sir talked about, I read that article, sir. There is something called BP Kodala Cancer Institute in Nepal, right? And they are saying that the incidence of cancer is drastically increasing in Nepal. You get the figure as well, sir. This is a big indication the kind of food we are eating. Your question around GMO would be whether it's pro people or not, whether it can provide healthy food or not, right? These kind of questions we need to ask. And the second one is plan. Whatever you are growing, whether it is having a positive impact on planet. I'm sure when I say positive impact, I mean that whether it is anti-nature or is it with the nature. So if you think about the second P also, whether it has a positive impact on the planet or not. And the third P, again very crucial, is that whatever food systems agriculture you think about, unless and until there is a profit. Unless and until there is profit, it will be very difficult to engage with the community. So argument, focus on PPP, right? Public, private, and public, people, planet, and profit. I personally feel, opinion that the current food system has failed miserably on all the three fronts. On whether it addresses the food security or hunger of the people, the first people, secondly planet, whether this is good for the planet, whether this is sustainable, and the third P is who is making the profit. Is it the people on the ground who are getting benefited? Because I know for sure, sir will give you a better idea, that there are 4 companies globally. I don't want to name these 4 companies. There are 4 companies globally which controls around 60 or 70% of your food systems. Where is the money going? These are some of the research that we should be doing. So again, the argument, this is not sustainable. The current food system is failing on people, it's failing on planet, it's failing on profit. And the situation is Nepal is no different. If you look at Nepal, I am talking about climate change. You look at any disaster, whether it's earthquake, whether it's landslide, whether it's drought, whether it's flood, Nepal has been severely affected by it. There is a recent study by, I saw it in the newspaper, the impact of Jharkhand food earthquake on the food system, and it talks about billions of dollars over there. The way we have lost, right? So again, Nepal is no different. So we have to focus on climate change. There is flood, there is river erosion. So we have to understand that Nepal is one of the house time to have. Let's make it four, right? So yeah. So I would say, I feel, based on my work in the field, that there is a huge connection between various factors globally and Nepal also: climate change, water, food insecurity, migration. Whether people are migrating because of food insecurity or whether food insecurity is happening because of migration. If I give you some figures also, if you look at the official figure, around 10% of the people, youth, let me be more, more focused. 10% of the youth, Nepali youth are outside Nepal. If you look at figures which cannot be officially published, because Tapaiko Chimiki Deshma, you have a 1200 kilometers border between India and Nepal. So how many people move out from Nepal to India for seasonal migration, permanent migration? There is no data. But I was talking to some of the scientists. We feel that more than 20% of the Nepalis who are the assets for the country, the youth, are not in Nepal. So again, the question is migration and climate change, food insecurity. What is the direction? How do we explore it? Another issue is that Nepal, we have around 25% of the land in under agriculture. Overall, out of that 28% is under agriculture. Out of those 28%, 25% is done. Yoke overall. But if you go to Moku, Bajura, Jumla, Jajalpur, West Rukun, more than in some of the areas, more than 50% of the land is done. And one, we are talking about that Nepal is dependent on imported food. At the same time, there is a dichotomy over here that we have the land, but we don't have the policy. We don't have the supporting action plans at the municipality level where we can facilitate and ensure that these lands are properly not being used. Let me quickly come perhaps lots of one, but I am going to detail into it. But I see that WHH we focus on food systems transformation. We work only on those areas which is food insecure, which are poverty pockets, food insecure pockets. There are still some areas in Nepal, I've seen it myself, where a woman walks for 3 days to bring carry food, 25 kilometers back, and she goes back again 3 days. So, food accessibility, availability is a big issue. So, we propose local food systems, which is locally produced, locally consumed. So, where the key mantra of WHH is how do we focus on food systems which is more, locally produced, locally consumed. At the same time, we talk a lot about nature-based solutions. I would request you to kind of do some kind of analysis, which means anything which we do on the ground, we try to ensure that we are not going against the nature. We are not creating further problems. Let me give you one example quickly. Most of the, I've seen the subsidies. When you talk about vegetable cultivation, you just move out of Kathmandu, heads toward Bharatpur. And all across the right side and hand side of the road, you will see the tunnels. What we are doing? To address one problem, are we creating another problem, and that's the problem of plenty of plastics in the ecosystem. So why are we focused on nature-based solution? There are lots of work needs to be done on the advocacy front also. And again, we also feel that we need to recognize the traditional food systems. In Nepal, 30 years back, was food sustainability. What is happening here, which is making it more import, focus on import and import dependent. We need to look at some of these, underlying causes also. Again, I feel that the youth don't see the value of eating agriculture. That's why they are not getting out. Another side of it is that when we talk about the returning migrants, they come from Dubai, they come from Malaysia, they come from Thailand, they come from different sets of skills, business, enterprise and all. But unfortunately, what we see, they are getting back into the agriculture. Why are we not harvesting their skills, the new skills which they have acquired? Why aren't they be focusing on rather being a key actor in agriculture? Why not they focus on the agri systems or agri management, where they can focus on market, and processing, anything digital transformation, how to do absolutely. These are some of the things I would like to highlight. Let me finish it because I wrote that. I think that Nepal has some of the best policies in the world. It is the only country so far as this which talks about right to food, but it talks about food sovereignty also. Food sovereignty means the farmers should have the right to grow whatever they want to grow. It's about sovereignty. The farmers should select the seed whatever they want to select. So we have the ICAT over there. What is needed is how do we localize this act? What does this act mean for the province level? What does this act mean for the level? Again, we talk about multi-sectoral nutrition plan. Again, it's a federal policy document. How do we localize it? how do we transform it, how do we give local power to the community to take the decisions of their own lives. That is very crucial for us. Thank you very much.
Along with that, I would like to request Uncle Kibri Professor Shulaiman, Professor Dr. Shulaiman from Ethiopia, and he is Professor of the Department of Plant Medicals and Rupantaran University. He is also the Director of the Agricultural Science and Technology Research Center, AFU. And he is also the Director of the Kehi Research Center from the Ministry of Education, Korea. He has the PhD in Indology, and he has specialized in insectology, and he developed technology as a modeling and populations.
Various parts of ecosystem service, including what we call sustainable development goals. And mainly they are activity as pollinators, pest control, natural enemy, and waste control, and also, some cases they are of disease and also plant contagions. So today I will mostly focus on bees and honey as an example of insect. And this is the typical scenario of honey behavior, and sometimes these bees are so gentle, and sometimes these bees get very aggressive. So I will focus on three parts. One, honey actually produce food. Second, bees can help food production. And third, honey itself also can be food. So I will this is the status of beekeeping in Korea, as you see. So if you see the red color is the epistemate and the red color is the epicerum, then means melita is much higher. And on the bottom is the honey production, and we produce about 30,000 tons per year. And if we see globally, probably India, China, Turkey are the major honey producers, and in global about once 600 tons are produced globally and trade. So if we look at the honey market trend, and it's expected that honey market will grow significantly and the global market share by about 10.1. And also you can see that why we like honey and why honey is becoming more important. So that you use the honey market by application. Honey is not only food, not only beverage materials, but honey is becoming too more personal care or cosmetic materials. Honey is becoming more pharmaceutical materials, so that we have to look at honey as a resource. So, say in Nepal, if we are in the honey because we are producing honey and marketing the honey, then the situation will change like this. So that in this way, the Nepali people also have to prepare. Second product is the royal jelly, and that no what we know royal jelly. And this is the royal jelly production in some country. This progress will grow very quickly. And both are consumed mostly as royal jelly extract. That means the actual passive agricultural product doesn't have much value additive. So that you have to make the value additive to every agricultural product to process and to reagent. And this will be consumed in mostly dietary supplement or cosmetics. So that agricultural product is not only for food, but also is for something
healing, something helping our health. Third is people. And this people, so actually people is what are equivalent. And these people not happy to growing significantly. So these are what these produce for us as a food. Now we are coming to pollination. Pollination means these are helping food production. So there are many crops over the globe, over the world, about 100 crops are feeding our people. But among those, 75% of crops are pollinator dependent, but the dependency varies by crop by crop. Some crops have very high dependency like tomato and cocoa, but some crops, for example, soy, coffee, oases, they have a little less dependency. So based on this, people are evaluating how important is this pollinator for crop production. So that in the old very historical paper by Lenin in 1983, so that big product is POC, but actual pollination service to provide signal product is about 140 times bigger than actual quality product. So that many countries try to evaluate the pollination service in terms of money. Why? Because they want to use this evaluation for the politics. So that globally about 2.5 to 5 several billion US dollars are contributed from pollination. In Korea, how much? About 6 billion US dollar contribution to horticultural production. This has been recalculated by, I think, again, percent, very similar. And this pollination service is not owned by honey. Honey is only one or two or three species, but there are some wild pollinators. And this wild pollinator contribution is more important than service. So these are pollinators, and these are pollinators what we mostly found from Korean agricultural system. So as you see that they have the high different distribution. So that is the yellow part. This yellow part is the pollinator who play more important role, which we have to think consider more important. So that agricultural production is somehow related to this pollinator orders and pollinator contribution of say to many other countries. But there are differences among countries, among the region. For example, Europe, Australia, America is this way. And Africa, Asia, Korea, India is in the growing distance. So that is the tenders and importance of pollinators are somehow different gradually among the countries. So it will be good to look at the military situation, military statistics to check what is the status. But there was more significant studies showing that there is no pollinator. We don't have enough food, but also people will try soon. Why? Because pollination means fruit and vegetables and fish provide essential nutritional elements such as vitamin and minerals to us. So this is the global estimate, and the right side is Korean estimate. For example, in vitamin A, which is important for your eye as of eye. So in Korea, it's about 34% of vitamin A's are produced from these fruits. Those are pollinator dependent. So that how important it is to get this. And lastly, there was very important publication of health from scientific report by KETA and FoA, showing that financial service is about 437 billion US dollar worth. That much important. And for example, by ABC, ACEs, and other minerals are produced in their mods. So those mods are important. Now, so now we understand pollinators are important. Pollination is important. Now we go to the actual food. So can we eat honey? Can we eat the food? So in many culture, they eat honey food. They can eat honey food like this, they eat. But how about eating those bees? So we have calculated all the stage of honey in terms of nutritional value. So that because honey eggs are very small, but honey larvae are very big. In 6 days, they grew about 200 times. This small one becomes this much big. Very, very fast, very efficient simulator. So that with this, we have calculated nutritional value, and if we calculate nutritional value, this red is orange is higher. The also in or if we compare the protein level is much higher. If we compare the level is much small, this means always very healthy, and very healthy. Yes. So we also have amino acid, essential amino acid, non-essential amino acid, fatty acid, and so we look at all those nutritional compounds that are, we concluded that honey itself also can be a very good source of protein and a very good source of our food. So that this is a comparison of this, and also it gives a good kind of mineral balance. Because sometimes when you say nutritional imbalance, it means some nutrition is very important. For example, to the right side, FoA, this iron. Iron is very important, especially for the ladies and young ladies. So that is has a very high percentage of iron in the same amount of food that you food has higher portions. There are other insects too. So in Korea, we have 10 species of insects that are legally registered as food items. So that we have many industries rearing insects. For example, this in the middle is a silkworm moth. The left one is rearing the cricket. The right side, and also in other place we also rear PSF, respiratory fly, but respiratory fly is not for human food but for animal feed. So that we develop all these kind of insects as a future food. Why? Because to produce food, there are lots of energy, lots of resources required, and Professor Rai has mentioned that sustainability is very important because we are using this planet not only for us, but we are using this planet instead for our future generation. Yes? So that as you see, the global annual protein product increase because we always want to have meat, we want to have pork, we want to have chicken.
So we have to produce, but in there are lots of greenhouse gases, lots of environmental pressure, lots of water need, so that to compensate, to compare, we want to develop good facility, good capacity, good system. But not only that, because the greenhouse gas emission is very, very important for the climate crisis, there's the actual insect growing is much more sustainable than actual livestock farming. I'm not saying against animal science, but this insect is also becoming a status of micro livestock. So that with this micro livestock, we can have more efficient and energy efficient production of product which we human require without having environmental stress. So that I would say insects have a very good potential for our future food. So important insects. So what we have to do, we have to protect, we have to use wisely. So how we do, I'll show you two examples of what we are doing. Number one, so agricultural production is the function of pollinator density. More pollinator, more production. Oh, yes. So that how we can collect more, how we can attract more bees. So that is the question. In there, number one, we bring bees. Or we bring something and we attract bees. So that we try the second one, pollinator habitat. Pollinator habitat means the flower place in the agricultural system. So that we create like this habitat and found that more bees, more pollinators, more natural element. Oh yes. Then we compare, we have to make a bee field of resin and cosmos and like this, and then check in the community level, in the large scale. This is the Apple Valley, and this red blue is the pollinator habitat we created, and then we have monitored pollinator activity and apple fruit quality, showing that as the distance from the pollinator habitat increases, pollinator activity decreases. Yes. And the number of seeds indicate the quality of apple. So, high quality apple decrease. So that was what we found in the first year. Second year, the same. So that if there are many bees, you can have good food with many seeds. But no bees, bad food with well-formed apples. So this has been found, and this year again, we have many fruit quality measures and shown us as pollinator testing. So pollinator, very important. What are pollinator? Bees, butterflies, flies, those are very, very important. So we have to conserve these pollinators in the agricultural ecosystem. How? By adopting IPM, adopting IPPM. The first P is testing. We have to suppress testing. But we have to increase pollinators. We have to increase beneficial. Beneficial means biocontrol agents. How? By taking agricultural habitat diversity, plant diversity, and some is using crops and so on and so on. So how can you do? Very, very difficult. So I'll show you how we do. Number one. Yeah. just look at this and I'll show you. There are two ways of IPPM, IPPM. One is in the process of decision making, the second is in actual implementation. In the system, we use this type of insect pheromone trap to attract insect pest. Second, we also use AI, ICT monitoring system. So here in this case, this monitoring system, we do not want to check. But always they send this machine sends us the data, automatic data collection, so that we can know exactly what time of the day insects are moving. So how many are coming, we will know immediately. Second, we use mating disruption. This is using insect sex pheromone employed in the mating disruption technology. So with this, actually, if you see the untreated and treated, the pest density differs. So that no pesticide you can control insect pest. Oh, what else? And in my lab, more focus on this philology modeling. Philology modeling is when insect comes. What day insect will lay egg? We want to have this kind of population event automatically relate with environmental factors such as temperature. So with this model, then the right side, the bar is our observation, the line is our prediction. Approach is almost we predict about 90% exact. So using with this information, we will decide when to spray, what to spray, where to spray, where to manage, where to control. This is what we call precision agriculture, precision estimate. And adding on this, we are doing a lot of mapping and recently, this drone, I have a drone license. So that we have a drone and we monitor, and sometimes we go to drone spray and test measurement. So this is in the local scale. For example, in Chitwa, in this district, yes, we can. But we want to look at whole Nepal, we want to look at whole Asia, how we do. We are developing satellite image analysis. And so there are satellites moving around. So we take those images and then we predict and we decide what we can do, what we do. The same with climate change. So in the climate change, you may see these types of graph. So this type of graph is number one is GIS, number two is world climate data, number three is climate change scenario. There is certain database. So that we use this type of database and predict what will happen in the earth. So if we can predict what will be happening, we can prepare how we can protect, how we can block. So this is what we. Another part is pesticide. So in pest management, the pesticide is very, very important, but this pesticide has to be safe. Safe to us, safe to beneficiary, safe to bee, safe to natural animal, only kill bad insects. So that we call this psychological selection. So we have this kind of testing, and then all of this leads to this is where we can decide. So that we can always protect the bicycles. The same for pollinators. Pollinators, for example, honeybees, they are suffering from pesticide, suffering from parasites, suffering from predators, sometimes suffering from hungry. So that nutrition, biofuel, and biopesticide foods. So this is what actually we are doing. But also here in Japan, you have this medical and this Lusapa and this Latansa and this cell. In Korea, we have this medical and this cell. These two are fighting. When there is no food, they are fighting. So we go and look, are they really fighting? So that if we see that here are some what we call niche partition. So that half of niche are somehow overlap the other half are separate. So that if we want to have a cell, in the wrong part of part, so that kind of resource partition, understanding this resource partition is very important to understand the coexistence or reducing competition. So these are the projects we are also working on, and these are the projects we are working on. And today I found that one paper from this conference, that is best part healthcare. The best part healthcare was invading species. So biological invasion, very important. But we had that species now for years. So that we still are fighting with those invasion. So left side is best part mandarina. This is our native, very strong, powerful predators. But we have to protect this from our hives. So those are things what we do. So if you are interested in what my group is doing, this is a publication in Google Scholar, and with my name, you can see this publication. Those are happening on ICAT2025. And lastly, this book. Listen. Insects are very and especially good insects are growing. Of course, there are many bad insects, mosquitoes and fleas. Those are not good. So those are we have to fight, but we have to increase our friends who are our beneficial insects. So this kind of research, I have a little bit of a big group of mine. And this big group is, these are my group, and these groups are working with, so what we call funding, National Research Foundation funding, and Rural Development Ministry funding. On this funding, we are actually working on pollinator protection, pollination system, pollination friendly crop production. Those are what we are working on. Thank you very much.
Research Assistant Professor of Animal Science from the Tuskegee University of USA. She is a state extension laboratory specialist. And see the PhD in reported regular ecology, works on climate smart and software system, and she's also the director of the National.
So I was very to start funding with some background and talking about the greenhouse gases coming from the animal production system and the mitigation strategy and adaptation strategy to the changing climate. And then the intersection of the sustainable agricultural and smart agricultural recommendation and call to action. Wait, more, finish what about it? Okay. The background there, you know, there's big coordination, including many countries, and then you know there's a coordinator about that, and talking about the climate crisis that's happening offering because of the increasing temperature of the earth. And it is bringing so many problems that we all are facing and experiencing environmental degradation and then weather extreme water storage, economic disruption and resulting in conflict, terrorism, more rising sea levels, then helping the additional gas and oil, and forests, the desertification of ocean, forest burning, and so many more things happening, and we all are experiencing and going through that. So we just imagine ourselves how it's happening because there is a greenhouse gas emitted from the human activities and then if they are built up in the atmosphere and really preventing the escape of the heat from the earth that it receives from the sun. Okay, so it is continuing unless it will increase unless we do something about preventing that. And how can we prevent that? We'll be talking about that. Many projects have been funded from the planet smart to transition to the climate smart agriculture. And if you see over there, the carbon dioxide, methane, and nitric oxide, the three major gases, greenhouse gases, that affecting this climate changing. And if you look at the shore, agriculture and forestry, and the system still in the global. Okay. So there's a 20% related to the agriculture and system and industry and tooling, which is over there. So let's see. So these are countries emitting the lots of greenhouse gases with the China domain, followed by the United States and India. So the agriculture system is on the top and it becomes already very small when you compare with the global emission, but it's still agriculture on the top. We have sheep followed by the energy and then waste management and the industry. And what we look at is different sectors within the agricultural chain. We're formulating gas and greenhouse gas in that. So energy fermentation is the biggest one of the agricultural management, and also the management of the major sectors which are responsible for making greenhouse gas. So also if you look at the forestry that Nepal has, then balancing the greenhouse gas emission from the agricultural FoA. And that's why it is about that level. If there was not much forest, it would be much higher. Okay, so in the case of USA, when you look at the three major gases, carbon dioxide supplying almost 10% of the greenhouse gas emission, followed by methane and nitrous oxide, and other some portion of the fluorinated gases. And how much the agriculture contributing to the greenhouse gas emission in the USA, that is 10%. Okay, it's in the figure. Now let's talk about the greenhouse gas emission from the last sector, and basically it is contributing to like 14.5% to the total global greenhouse gas emission. And basically those are found fermentation in the ruminant and the manual management system, and then the land use given for diaphragm and tillage and all that is used for nourishing forest and and the fossil fuels. So that's right. The methane fraction in the total whole globally that's about 9% coming from the injury fermentation, and in the US 25% based on the data 2022, but Nepal and how much the media coming from the fermentation. So this is just showing the fermentation globally, and then showing that represent from the US, and also there is some from the management 9%. So the method also the source of imaging, methane, and the nitrous oxide. And you can see the data over there globally. It is contributing to over percent of the methane production. And the previous system that presented in Nepal has the data. Nitrous oxide globally 4.3%, and then US 4%. Then how important it is to manage the methods from the animal production system. Do you have a record? Okay, so then we need to be very mindful of the animal production system. Therefore, management is the measure for producing the nitrous oxide. And when we are talking about producing the animal food or forage, and then planning all the different things, working with the sugar versus 75%, and then we need to be mindful of that and minimizing that during the soil management in the proper way to minimize the nitrous oxide from the soil management system. So, with that, I just share some of the thoughts and ideas about how we can mitigate the greenhouse gas emission from the chapter. So one of the things we already know about the natural gas produced from the livestock production system, methane and nitrous oxide basically. So we need to improve the diet of the animals to minimize the methane production. So we can do this, start with supplementation also improve the forage factor, and then grading management. So the doctor is going to improve the quality, productivity, and production duration so that animals will have quality food and enough food for the growth. Also, we have to adapt to the perennial plants and their foraging. That can be the tree or grass or vines, perennial grasses, perennial legumes, annual fruit season, annual perennial can mix. And then the pig is a very good component in the animal production system. So another aspect of incorporating legume is not only just improving the quality and productivity and the production duration, but also it will be fixing the nitrogen, which will be the nitrogen capture from the atmospheric nitrogen, and minimizing the greenhouse gas effect. And also minimizing the need for nitrogen fertilizer application. Therefore, when we apply the nitrogen fertilizer, there is always some escape from in different form. So that's why when we use the legume into the animal production system or forage production system, it has multiple benefits. So over there, just the roots of the legumes with the roots of all nodules, where the back water is that with nitrogen, and giving make the fertilizer for plants and companion other companion plants in the system. So another way of mitigating the greenhouse gas emission from the system would be the managed grading. So grading is one of the common practices where it is based on the concept that grading is just for short period, maybe couple of hours to a few days, and going and the resting period will be ranging from a week or longer depending on the available forages. And in this system, animals are putting one section every time and that's the animal bread or the animal forages. And with the principle, leave 50% of the liquid, take 50% as happening, go the animal to the next section. When we move the animal to the next section, the soil and forages will have chance to recover and regrow and make the forage available for animals for the next rotation. So this one there's a lot of future utilization and conservation of the resources. So when you keep the animal, there should be always for the value you must match the animal requirement, and that's how the breaking management should be continued. So another strategy for reducing the methane would be the reduce the animal number. If there are so many animals kept with the four bags, there will be loss of the methane production from the past food. Given the food quality food, that's why we need to do the animal selection. We need to improve the genetic makeup, animal productivity, weight density, and the happiness of the animal, and call the FoA from the animals. Another is the planning of all feed additives that combine with the methane and then reduce methane production from the animals. There are some of the plants listed over there, such as mimosa, white from the so there may be many other funds available in the different locations. That one just have to go and find out and recommend for the farmers. Another way of reducing the greenhouse gas footprint from the animal production system would be planting the perennial crop, planting the trees, which can capture the atmospheric carbon dioxide, and putting in bags above-ground and below-ground biomass. That way it will be reducing the carbon footprint from the animal production system. It will also provide a comfortable environment for animals, which will support building their welfare, immunity, and then minimizing the methane production from the animal. So having a different system of incorporating food into the animal production system, one can be silviculture, another can be the animal farming, right, so over there, and then another can be windbreak, just passing in a row and putting the animal from natural wind, another can be divided in buffer that develop around whatever the drainage system has some water burn at there as well. So what kind of tree species we can incorporate depends on multiple material that is suitable at the local production system. So it can be something where food and example all the farmers. So the other thing is reduce the CO4 and nitrous oxide for managing the manure. So when the animals are running out in the battle, there will be all the fishes spread around, and that's fine. If the animals are right indoor, there and there are the water that can minimize the methane production from the manure. Spreading or when the fishes reducing the biomass, composting, put the manure in the digester. Okay. Now, is another aspect that needs to be mentioned, and it's the parents needs to be mentioned, handling the culture well, put the input based on the really soil-based recommendation, and not so much also follow the precision application with the following the 4R practice shows related term, minimize soil disturbance. We can use no-till drill or just already mentioned plant. So we can have to restore the soil. So over here, just show the no-till drill. Therefore, if we need to plant the shoulder series, we can use this kind of fillet, which will not discuss the order of the soil. And that will be reducing the greenhouse gas emission from the system. Another thing we need to be mindful for keeping the water system productive is to keep the residual of that root growing all the time and put the organic matter in the system so it can be productive. And keep the soil cover all the time. Mandatory, you don't want to demonstrating already talked about forming the plastic bag. We think about doing the plastic culture would be good, but on the other hand, it is forming will produce so much rubber in the plant. So mandatory, we can do the composting or we can do the use in animal bedding and produce the manure and the system. No boning of the river. Overcrowding, overbreeding, so that should be avoided. We have only talked about breeding and keeping the random of animals to that and sustaining the weather resources. Over here we can see there's some further, and that is not a good situation. Either we talk about the climate smart agriculture or the sustainable agriculture. Now, talk about some of the adaptation in the climate changing, how do we adapt to the changing climate and still be able to produce so one of the things breeding of the species and breed that are locally adapted, that are resilient, productive, that have enough demand. One we talk about sustainable agriculture, all the types of agriculture, economic is one of the major aspects that not economical is counted from all the practice. And that human condition. So here, the management and breeding. That also the rate of the emission over here we can see in the rate. Let's say that big production, so like 225 kg for 1 kilogram of protein production. Let's say if you look at Russia, that would be figure comes to Manchester, if you go to South Asia, that comes to $529. So it depends on how efficient we are breeding animals, how efficient we are managing them. So that is very important that we do manage all the system we breed and minimize the greenhouse gas emission from the reproductive system. Also, we think about not keeping animals on the farm when we do not need to keep them. Right? That means we need to breed them when the time for the market demand. And so, it is in certain time that setting like 8 months old or 1 year old, where do we want to breed? When? That we should plan and breed and then sell the animal when they are ready. We shouldn't be keeping more than required animals on the farm, feeding them and spending more input, and then again adding to the greenhouse gas emission. Also, if we do not need to keep animals during the extreme climate conditions, such as summer or late winter, we should be constantly keeping the for breeding herd of the flock, not the animal produced for market. Also, the input capacity, we need to provide the shed for the summer if they have artificial shelter. Properly control, safety, water system, because if it is very, very hot, then need lots of water. Okay? Indoor facility indoor, if the animals are temperature, we need to be mindful the temperature is going extreme on both ways. It is becoming very hot, very hot, very strong wind, and then the rain, torrential rain coming, floods and all that. So we need to provide facility to keep the animal comfortable in whichever situation comes. And so feeding, weaning, and nutrition, because that is very important to keep the animal healthy, make their immune system strong, and making them resilient to the different training situation. That's our life over here, and forages or nutrition for animals for their development. And when they have not forage available, we have to sharpen their neck with the whatever phosphorus or the permission. Okay, so that's another thing. And then climate changing. There's a lot of stuff. Then the other maybe animal stress, and then it's immune system of the weak. So we have to have the healthcare system in place, vaccination, dual health controls, routine healthcare management, and then dietary programs to develop that is suitable for the local farm and take them. So we are not bringing any more diseases from outside or not getting the disease that if they offer in the farm. Payment for current disasters that happening, right? We are seeing, so we have to have infrastructure, manpower, skills, knowledge, all that. So we can take immediate action when that climate disaster happens. Maybe flood, fire, rain, storm, earthquake, or again. So forestry economic planning, we need that to be able to continue the animal production system ongoing. So we need to think about how much input, output, what is the market going to sell, how much income, what is the product, and what are the question there, whether we can continue animal production in this changing climate scenario. And if it is not, probably because animal is very important in the whole entire agriculture system, from water and in the farm. So we can look at that. And I don't have to say that I just want to remind myself like the indispensable part of the entire agriculture for manure, for grass cow, for the conversion and transportation and the food system. They are very main for the family and we are making some money for selling those. And for the globally, 34% of the protein coming from the animal food and numerous micronutrients people are depending on the animal birds. So in Nepal, contribution to agricultural GDP by the private sector is around 24%. So it is very, very important. If we cannot continue the sustainable animal production system, then we have a chance that the entire food system agriculture may collapse. So we are talking about management and sustainable and sometimes Washington's like the teenager contributing and sustainable food system. So I just want to talk about the social already talk about sustainable production. So there are three pillars, they are major pillars. One should be the good for society and people, and there should be economical, and there should be environmental friendly, good for the environment. Those are three pillars. So when we talk about management or sustainable, they are not antagonistic. They are complementing one another. Both talk about economic, both talk about environment, good for people, and it is also talking about long-term approach, whole system approach. Okay, so these are the complementary concepts. So now we're talking about the concept about the mitigation strategy, adaptation strategy, the climate change. So that's some of the recommendations there for transitioning to climate resilient, sustainable animal production system. So there should be the pause from the government. What can be done, what cannot be done, how, where, when, plan and program based on the policy. Capacity development, we need to have infrastructure, manpower, and then input subsidy for farmers. If you go out to the farmers, they may not be able to implement. Even they have to difficult for them. So there's ongoing subsidy input when you then use to implement these programs. So that's a function of climate smart projects that use government as public, lot of incentive for farmers to implement farm smart practices. So there will be regulatory insurance also for sometimes all this onshore energy which is also important how if something happens at the science school, there should be insurance. But with subsidy or whatever insurance, innovation should be there, developing the locally adapted practices, techniques, education. Okay. So another thing is awareness, training, and education are really important. That is required for policymakers, for educators, for students, for parents, for even the entrepreneur, or the consumer also. Everybody has a role because we share the universe. And if anything happens, it will be affecting all of us. And this is the role all of us have, each and every one of us has the role to play. So the collaboration is another very, very important that we have to develop that within the institution, within the local organization, regional organization, national level, and international sharing, ideas sharing, finance sharing, knowledge and technology, financial support, technical support, all that are needed to make it happen. So first the action. Now government doing the policy and getting ready for the investment needed for this sustainable and smart agricultural system. Research that always needs to be standing out for locally adaptable technology. Educators transfer that knowledge, transfer that technology to share how we're going to implement that. Adopt the very smart sustainable production system. And let's pass to that. It is not going to happen. How much work here or somewhere, it is not going to happen. And sure, also we need to change. And that's coming from the education. That in their diet, more work to certain produce food and be ready to pay for that price. Okay, maybe not the same price like without the sustainability produce food. So with that together, if we do our part, each and every one of us, if we do our part, we can make the farmer smart and develop a very smart and sustainable agricultural system and support having the farm and the ecosystem. With that, I thank you so much for your attention and time. And again, thank you for the opportunity to share some of this at the end of that. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mama.